An action is more than a to-do list. It's about taking risks. It's about exposing yourself to new things, whether it be people or ideas or new ways of actually doing or being. It's about being in vulnerability. Now, again, I'm going to reference Brené Brown. She defines vulnerability as having risk, uncertainty, and emotional exposure. So risk is about being really truthful about what you want, even when it's not popular with yourself and with others. Risk is not being reckless. I just want to also mention that. Those are two different things. Uncertainty is when you take a step forward and you're not actually really sure where the next step is supposed to be. And emotional exposure is about sharing yourself in a way with others that might make you feel naked, but actually allows you to get farther than you ever would have before in terms of connection and potentially possibilities. What vulnerability does is it actually requires us to be present with our truth and with ourselves, to feel alive and connected to what matters most to us, whether that's what we value or our gifts that we feel like are being underutilized. And this is the biggie. It actually allows us to feel fear without being hijacked by it. So fear always comes up when you start talking about risk with people. There's a woman by the name of Tara Moore who wrote a book called Playing Big. And in her book, she highlights how the Old Testament actually defines fear in two different ways. It's pashad and yirah. Now, pashad is when your fear is based on an outcome or the future. Yirah is when you're walking into something bigger. It's funny, talking can do both of those things for me. I choose to think that it's the yirah because I feel like I'm walking into something bigger, right? But you got to pay attention to what those physical sensations are in your body. So are you excited or are you petrified? It's a good way to figure out which you're experiencing.